Well, you just picked the wrong guy for what you want.
Did I?
Yeah, I'm not in the market.
I wasn't shopping.
Paul Newman and...
Welcome back to our Stars Rewind channel. Paul Newman was not just a star with iconic roles or the glamorous fame of Hollywood. He represented a genuine talent, embodying a calm demeanor while exuding an irresistible charm through his sincerity and depth. Without flashy words, just a fleeting glance from Newman could convey a spectrum of authentic emotions, from intense passion to hidden sorrow. It was this unique allure that made Newman an irreplaceable legend. But behind that composed exterior, Paul Newman's life was filled with challenges, heart-wrenching decisions, and secrets that were never revealed. If you've ever been captivated by the image of the hero in Cool Hand Luke or the charming con artist in The Sting, then watch this video to explore the journey of Paul Newman. From a young man passionate about acting, overcoming countless difficulties to become a Hollywood icon. This is also a story about sacrifices for family, inner struggles, and tireless contributions to the community, all of which made Paul Newman a legend, transcending all the standards of a Hollywood star. Early life. Paul Newman was born on January 26, 1925, in Shaker Heights, Ohio, into an affluent family with a solid background. Raised in a favorable environment, it seemed that young Paul's life would be a peaceful journey to success. However, behind the walls of that elegant house, Newman constantly faced the invisible pressure of his father's expectations. Arthur Newman, a successful and ambitious businessman. Arthur wanted his son to inherit the family business, but Paul did not find any passion in that path. He yearned for something different, something he could devote himself to. From a young age, Newman showed a particular love for the theatrical arts. The first time he stood on his school's stage to play the role of the jester in Robin Hood, the 7-year-old boy found joy and freedom in acting, something that daily life with family pressures could not offer. Nevertheless, Paul was always a well-behaved boy, respectful of his parents and trying to fulfill his responsibilities. After graduating from Shaker Heights High School in 1943, he attempted to attend Ohio University, but the dream of acting still burned brightly in his heart. When World War II broke out, Newman decided to join the United States Navy, seeking meaning in his life amidst a tumultuous world. Initially, he wanted to become a pilot, but this dream was crushed when he discovered he was colorblind. Eventually, Newman became a radio operator, serving in Hawaii and Guam. His years in the military not only helped him mature, but also provided him with profound experiences and genuine emotions that he would later bring to his roles. After leaving the military, Newman decided to return to his passion for acting. He enrolled at Kenyon College, initially just to test the waters with theater arts, but he quickly realized that this was where he belonged. Paul switched to majoring in English and drama, abandoning all other plans to pursue this passion. However, life was not always easy. Paul Newman faced many challenges as a student, even being kicked off the football team due to a fight. Yet it was precisely these challenges that forged a determined Newman, a man committed to pursuing what he loved to the very end. Paul Newman's early life was a blend of joy on stage and pressure from family expectations, of difficult choices and a yearning for freedom. He overcame it all to find his own path, a path of art, creativity, and relentless passion. Early career. After deciding to pursue the arts, Paul Newman began his career with a series of challenging steps. Unlike what many might think, that success came easily to him thanks to his handsome looks and personal charm, Paul had to work tirelessly to prove his talent. The early years in New York were a string of unspoken difficulties, from struggling with the high cost of living to facing fierce competition in the artistic community. He took on various temporary jobs to support himself and spent time studying at the Actors Studio, where Lee Strasberg's classes became a crucial foundation for his acting career. Paul Newman's first turning point in his acting career came in 1953 when he landed a role in the Broadway play Picnic. Though it wasn't the lead role, his appearance caught the attention of many critics. It was here that he met Joanne Woodward, who would later become his lifelong partner and most trusted collaborator. Picnic gave Newman an opportunity to showcase his acting abilities and helped him build significant relationships in the theater world. But it was only the beginning of a challenging journey. In 1954, Newman had the chance to step into the world of film with The Silver Chalice. However, this film did not bring the success he had hoped for. In fact, Newman later referred to it as a disaster. He felt that his performance lacked the authenticity and sensitivity he always strived for. The Silver Chalice was a disappointing failure, almost causing Newman to lose all confidence. But this setback motivated him to work even harder to improve himself and never stop learning. He realized that he needed to break away from the shadow of his looks to prove that his real talent lay in sincerity and depth in every role. Not discouraged by his first failure, Newman returned to the stage and continued to hone his acting skills. He went on to participate in various television projects and smaller films, while continually searching for a major opportunity to make a name for himself. That opportunity finally came in 1956, when Newman was cast as the lead in Somebody Up There Likes Me, a story about the challenging life of boxer Rocky Graziano. The role was initially meant for James Dean, but after Dean tragically died in a car accident, Newman was chosen to replace him. With this role, Paul not only demonstrated powerful acting skills, but also conveyed genuine emotions, the pain and struggles of a man facing adversity. Somebody Up There Likes Me was Newman's first major success on the big screen and marked a significant turning point in his career. The film was critically acclaimed and brought Newman the recognition he had longed for. It was proof that he was not just a handsome face, but also an actor capable of understanding and conveying profound emotions. From this point on, the path to more significant roles began to open up for Newman. Building on his success, Newman quickly established his position with roles in The Long Hot Summer, 1958, and Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, 1958, the latter earning him his first Oscar nomination for Best Actor. In Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, Newman starred alongside Elizabeth Taylor, creating an on-screen duo full of charm and receiving praise from both critics and audiences. His role as Brick Pollitt, a man drowning in pain and disappointment, allowed Newman to showcase his multifaceted acting skills, from toughness to moments of utmost vulnerability. Successful career. Following his initial successes, Paul Newman continued his journey in Hollywood with increasingly complex and profound roles. The early 1960s marked the period when Paul truly broke through to establish himself as a talented and multifaceted actor. This was the time when Newman not only became a movie star, but also a symbol of charm and artistic depth. The next major turning point in his career came with The Hustler, 1961, where he played Fast Eddie Felson, a cocky, ambitious pool player who was also deeply vulnerable. This role allowed Newman to showcase his ability to capture the character's inner conflicts while also displaying his irresistible charm. The Hustler earned Newman his second Oscar nomination and helped establish him not just as a charismatic actor, but as someone capable of delving into and portraying hidden pain within his characters. The film was not only a commercial success, but also became a classic of American cinema, helping to shape Paul Newman's image as a symbol of a new generation. In 1963, Paul Newman starred in HUD, playing Hud Bannon, a charming anti-hero with many dark aspects. The role of HUD made Paul one of the pioneers in bringing complex, flawed characters to the big screen. The film received critical acclaim, and Newman's performance earned him another Oscar nomination. HUD marked Newman's growth in his career as he dared to challenge himself with difficult and contradictory roles, not conforming to the traditional heroic archetype. The next peak in Newman's career came with Cool Hand Luke, 1967, a film that became an iconic representation of the counterculture of the 1960s. In the film, Newman played Luke Jackson, a defiant man who refused to submit to a harsh prison system. This role not only demonstrated Newman's charisma and strength, but also became a symbol of resistance, freedom, and determination. Newman's ability to convey both the strength and vulnerability of Luke earned him another Oscar nomination and solidified his image as a symbol of resilience in the hearts of audiences. Not content with just playing anti-heroes, Paul Newman also made his mark in films alongside Robert Redford. The collaboration between Newman and Redford in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, 1969, was one of the classic partnerships in American cinema. The film told the story of two notorious outlaws filled with humor, charm, and enduring friendship. Newman's role as Butch Cassidy brought tremendous success, with the chemistry and humor between the two actors making the film one of the most memorable works of the 1960s. Their friendship continued to shine in The Sting, 1973, where they both took part in a cunning con job. The synergy between these two legendary actors led to the film's tremendous success, winning multiple awards, including the Oscar for Best Picture. Despite his continuous success on screen, Paul Newman also began exploring other aspects of cinema. In 1968, he made his directorial debut with the film Rachel, starring Joanne Woodward, his beloved wife. Rachel was a psychological drama with a deep storyline, exploring the loneliness and desires of a middle-aged woman. The film was not only a critical success, but also received several Oscar nominations, proving that Newman's talent was not limited to acting, but also extended to storytelling in a subtle and emotional manner. In the 1980s, Paul Newman continued to demonstrate his resilience and perseverance in the film industry with challenging roles. The Verdict, 1982, was one of Newman's most outstanding works during this period, in which he played Frank Galvin, a broken-down lawyer seeking redemption and self-respect. This role earned Newman his 6th Oscar nomination and once again showcased his ability to portray characters with depth and internal struggle. The Verdict was not just a legal drama, but also a story about hope, redemption, and determination. It wasn't until 1986 that Paul Newman finally won the Oscar for Best Actor for his role as Fast Eddie Felson in The Color of Money, the sequel to The Hustler. This was a well-deserved reward for Newman's relentless efforts and dedication throughout his career. His role in this film reflected the changes in his character, from a young, arrogant pool player to a mature man, shaped by life's lessons and pain. Paul Newman's illustrious career is a testament to unwavering determination and an unending passion for the arts. From anti-hero roles to classic collaborations with Robert Redford, Newman constantly explored and challenged himself, always seeking roles that offered depth and meaning. He was not just a movie star, but also a symbol of resilience, talent, and sincerity, a true legend in the world of cinema, shining not only through his looks, but also through his depth and love for the art. Racing passion, limitless competitive spirit. Beyond his legendary acting career, Paul Newman was also famous for his intense passion for racing, a hobby that not only brought him personal joy, but also served as a way for him to challenge his own limits. This passion began in 1968, when he starred in the film Winning, which told the story of a professional race car driver. While preparing for the role, Newman spent considerable time at the racetrack and became captivated by the exhilarating feeling of driving at high speed. This passion did not remain confined to the screen, but became an inseparable part of his life. Newman did not race just to satisfy curiosity or as a celebrity hobby. He fully immersed himself in the world of professional racing with all his enthusiasm and commitment. In 1972, he competed in his first race at Thompson International Speedway, and from then on, he consistently took part in numerous races, both big and small. In 1979, he achieved an impressive feat by finishing second in the grueling 24 Hours of Le Mans, one of the most prestigious and challenging racing events in the world. This was a testament to Newman's talent and determination, as he raced not merely for fun, but to compete with real professional drivers. Paul Newman often said that racing gave him a sense of freedom, a state that acting could not replace. For Newman, racing was a way to connect with sports, something he had missed out on in his youth due to injuries. Racing allowed him to rediscover the feeling of competition, of fighting for a goal, and of controlling his fate in every moment. Many people might think that a Hollywood star had no need to put himself in such dangerous situations, but for Newman, it was his passion and a way to maintain balance in life, staying away from the spotlight and the pressures of fame. Even as he entered his later years, Paul never gave up his passion for speed. At the age of 70, he became the oldest person to win at the 24 Hours of Daytona, a record that proved a limitless spirit can help one overcome any age barrier. Paul Newman's passion for racing was a testament to his courage, determination, and an unyielding spirit in the face of any challenge, a quality that he carried with him throughout his life. Personal life and challenges. Alongside his illustrious career, Paul Newman's personal life was a journey filled with emotional ups and downs and challenges. Behind the charming, handsome exterior and global fame, Paul always faced internal struggles, difficult decisions, and family responsibilities, all of which shaped who he was. Paul Newman first married Jacqueline Witt in 1949, when he was still on his way to establishing his career. They had 3 children together: Scott, Susan, and Stephanie. However, Newman's family life with Witta was not without difficulties. As Paul's career began to take off, he became increasingly caught up in the whirlwind of Hollywood, and the distance between him and his wife grew. The arrival of Joanne Woodward, a talented and alluring actress, forced Paul to confront some of the most difficult choices of his life. During a time when Newman's marriage with Witta was struggling, Joanne Woodward appeared like a breath of fresh air. Newman met Woodward in 1953 while co-starring in the play Picnic. From their first meeting, there was an undeniable attraction between them. Joanne Woodward was intelligent, modern, and strong, qualities Paul deeply admired. But these feelings came at a time when he was still a husband and father to 3 children. This was a period of immense pain and conflict, as Paul had to choose between a new love and his responsibilities to his family. After years of inner turmoil, he decided to divorce Jacqueline Witte in 1958 and married Joanne Woodward soon after. The marriage of Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward became one of Hollywood's most iconic love stories. They spent over 50 years together, sharing the highs and facing the challenges. Joanne was not just a wife, but also a loyal companion who supported Paul in every step of his career. Together, they raised 3 daughters: Eleanor Nell, Melissa, and Claire Clea. Joanne once said, "The most important thing is to make each other laugh, and Paul always made me laugh." Their love was not always perfect, but it was their sincerity and ability to overcome hardships that helped them sustain their happiness for half a century. Although happy in their marriage, Newman and Woodward were not immune to personal challenges and tragedies. In 1978, Scott, Paul's eldest son with Jacqueline, passed away from an overdose of tranquilizers. This was a devastating blow to Newman, plunging him into a state of grief and self-reflection. Paul always felt responsible for his son's death, believing that his career and personal life had kept him from giving Scott enough time. To cope with the pain and find meaning in this loss, Paul decided to establish the Scott Newman Center, an organization aimed at raising awareness about substance abuse and supporting those in need. This was part of Paul's commitment to helping the community and also a way for him to find peace after such a profound loss. Paul Newman's personal life was a journey full of ups and downs, from the conflicts of his first marriage, the beautiful love with Joanne Woodward, to the heartbreaking loss of his son. But despite all the hardships, he remained compassionate and determined, always contributing to both art and society. Behind the glamour of a cinematic legend was the image of a sincere man, always striving to uphold the values he believed in: love, honesty, and kindness. Final years and legacy. In his later years, Paul Newman no longer appeared on the big screen as often as before. Instead, he focused more on humanitarian work in his family, seeking meaning in actions that benefited society. The 1980s and 1990s were when Paul Newman truly shifted from a movie star to a devoted philanthropist, with a desire to change the lives of the less fortunate. In 1982, Paul Newman and his close friend, author A.E. Hotchner, founded the company Newman's Own. Initially, it was a simple idea when Paul decided to bottle the salad dressing he made for his friends, but it grew into a renowned brand with a unique principle: all post-tax profits would be donated to charity. This made Newman's Own one of the pioneering models of social enterprise, combining commercial success with a commitment to serving the community. By 2020, Newman's Own had donated over $570 million to charities worldwide, an incredible figure that stands as a clear testament to Paul Newman's compassion and vision. But for Newman, charity work did not stop at donating money. He wanted to truly participate and directly change the lives of those in need. One of his most cherished projects was the Hole in the Wall Gang Camp, a place where children with serious illnesses could enjoy fun and memorable experiences. Newman often visited the camp, played with the children, and created a space where they could forget the pain of their illnesses. He once said, "Seeing the smiles on the kids' faces at camp is the greatest reward I've ever received." Paul's compassion and commitment to children created an enduring humanitarian legacy, bringing joy and hope to thousands of children and their families. In addition to his charitable activities, Newman continued to appear in a few films, though less frequently. One of his most notable roles in his later career was in The Color of Money, 1986, which earned him the Academy Award for Best Actor, a recognition many believed he should have received long before. This role was a profound reflection of Newman himself, a man who had gone through many ups and downs, always striving to uphold his values and constantly learning and growing. His authenticity and depth in his performance won the hearts of both audiences and critics. In 2002, Newman appeared in Road to Perdition, alongside Tom Hanks, playing an aging crime boss facing difficult moral choices. This role not only demonstrated Paul's growth as an actor, but also affirmed that even in his 70s, he could still create profound and haunting moments on screen. This film became one of his final works, and Newman decided to retire from acting in 2007, feeling that his health no longer allowed him to contribute as before. However, perhaps one of Paul Newman's most meaningful and lasting contributions was not on screen, but in the legacy he left behind through his charitable work and life philosophy. He always lived by his principles, using his fame to do good, make a difference in the community, and inspire others. Paul was not just an actor. He was a symbol of compassion, dedication, and an indomitable spirit in the face of challenges. In 2008, Paul Newman passed away at his home in Westport, Connecticut, after a long battle with lung cancer. His passing left a significant void in the hearts of his fans and those he had helped. Hollywood lost a shining star, but Newman's legacy endures. Newman's Own, Hole in the Wall Gang Camp, and the other charitable organizations he founded continue to operate, bringing joy and changing the lives of thousands of people. His legacy lies not only in his classic films, but also in his deeply humane deeds, which changed many lives and left an indelible mark on humanity. The life and career of Paul Newman are a story of resilience, talent, and compassion. He was successful not only as an actor, but also as a man who always aspired to bring good to society. From roles that reflected the depth of human nature to meaningful charitable projects, Paul Newman lived a full, devoted, and inspiring life. He is a vivid testament to how a movie star can rise beyond the glamour and truly make a difference in the world. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more exciting content. Leave a comment and share your thoughts. See you in the next video. Goodbye.